Good morning students, class 9. So in my previous video I told you about the discovery of electrons, that is discovery of cathode rays. In this video I will discuss about discovery of canal rays or anode rays or protons. This is the chapter 4 going on, that is structure of atoms. So in previous video you have learned about the discovery of electrons in detail. So what you have seen there, in an experiment a discharge tube has been taken. So what is discharge tube? Discharge tube is nothing, a glass tube that you might have seen in your home, that is the electric tube. Those are only discharge tube. So what has been done in cathode ray experiment, the discharge tube was having two electrodes, cathode and anode. They were connected to a high voltage electric current. Using vacuum pump, we have evacuated some amount of air or gas, whatever we have taken in the discharge tube, to reduce the pressure. Because air in atmospheric pressure is not good conductor of electricity, but if we remove the air some amount, that means if we reduce the pressure of the air, it becomes a good conductor of electricity. So for that reason we have used the vacuum pump and we have removed the amount of air to reduce the pressure. So what observation we have seen earlier, we have seen that certain rays has been found to originate from the cathode and it has travelled towards the anode. Those rays were called cathode rays, and cathode rays are made up of particles. They are called electrons, that we have learned earlier. Now the discovery of electron has fed something inside the mind of the scientists. That is, they started thinking that if negatively charged particles are present in an atom, so they thought that there might be some other kind of charge that should be present in the atom which should cancel the negative effect of the electron. Otherwise the atom could not be neutral in nature. So they started thinking and tried to find out whether any other kind of particles, especially positively charged particles, are present in an atom or not. So finally E. Goldstein, he performed the same experiment, whatever has been done in case of cathode rays. Same kind of experiment has been done by him, and he used the discharge tube. In the discharge tube he has taken some gas or whatever may be which is having very low pressure. In that way he has taken it inside the discharge tube and he has done the experiment. So what he has found, one difference he has done, the difference is instead of the metal rod as cathode, he has taken here a perforated cathode. Perforated cathode means what? A cathode which is having hole in it. Perforated cathode means cathode which is having hole in it. So, so that anything can pass through it. So a metal disc or metal disc which is having some holes has been taken as cathode. And the same setup has been done, that is using vacuum pump, the pressure has been reduced, it has been connected with high voltage electric supply, and then the observation has been seen. So what observation has been found? It has been found that some rays are travelling from cathode to anode as we have done previously in the same way. And some other rays were travelling from anode to cathode. This time a special rays has been found which were travelling from anode towards cathode. So something travelling from anode to cathode. Previously cathode was having obstruction, it was made up of a particular metal rod or something, so those rays were unable to travel through the cathode. But now due to perforated cathode, some rays have been found to travel from anode to cathode and they pass through these holes. After passing, they strike this portion of the discharge tube, and a particular glow has been seen here. This glow is due to some new kind of rays which has traveled from anode to cathode, or which has originated from anode and traveled through the perforated cathode, and the glow can be seen here. And that is the reason I have drawn some rays which are traveling this side, arrows are here, and those rays which are traveling this side, the arrows are here. So both direction I have drawn some arrows to make you understand. So it has been found experimentally that those rays which are originated from the anode, they are made up of very small, minute, positively charged particles. Okay, and those special rays has been given a particular name. The name is canal rays or anode rays. The rays which have been originated from anode, they got a special name that is known as anal rays or anode rays or canal rays or anode rays. Now, and they are made up of very small minute particles which are positively charged. Those particles are named as protons, and this is the discovery of proton which has been done by E. Goldstein. It has been found that the mass of the proton is 1840 times the mass of an electron. Okay, and in the previous video we have learned that mass of an electron is 1840 times less as compared to mass of an hydrogen atom. So we find similarity in the mass of proton with hydrogen atom. If the mass of an proton is 1840 times that of an electron, and if electron is 1 by 1840 times the mass of an hydrogen atom, that means mass of an hydrogen atom and mass of an proton is equal. They are same. So from here it has been concluded that atom has been made up of some fundamental basic particles. Those particles are electrons and protons, and a proton is having mass almost equal to the mass of an hydrogen atom, because the mass of an electron is negligible, it is so small. So we can say that hydrogen atom is made up of two kind of fundamental particles, that is electron and proton. And later on it has been found that absolute mass of an proton is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. This is the absolute mass of an proton. Similarly, absolute charge of an proton is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. This is absolute charge of an proton. The difference in the charge of an electron and proton is that in case of electron it was negative, in case of proton it is positive. So same charge but positive. So what is the difference between charge of electron and proton? Electron is negative charge 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Proton positive charge 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So these charges cancel the effect of each other, and as a result the atom is always neutral in nature. The proton's charge is going to be cancelled by the electron's charge because they are same in amount. So this is all about the discovery of proton, discovery of canal rays and discovery of anode rays. Later on, in my next video, I will say you about neutrons and the structure of an atom, how the fundamental particles are arranged in an atom, all these things in detail. Okay, so thank you very much.